Welcome to Reach Out. You're with St. Paul and Sister Najat. And the excitement continues. Sister Najat is now officially representing Lady Eliane, and this is a permanent thing, Sister Najat. And so far, she's doing very, very, very well. We're happy, we're excited to have her. But let me announce again, Sister Eliane had moved on to a new project, still within the Reach Out segment, and she'll be introducing that to you very soon. So be on the lookout for Sister Lady Eliane. But Sister Najat right now is also doing a phenomenal job. So without no further ado, let me turn you over again to Sister Najat.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother Paul. I feel so honored to be here again to do the Reach Out about God. And this is my passion, to talk about God. And again, my name is Najat, and you will see me a lot.
Amen. And most of all, we're on the topic this week of patience. And patient by itself is a phenomenal word. It's a phenomenal thing. There's a popular song that says, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up like wings, wings like eagle."
Yes.
So having patience with God is one of the most phenomenal thing you can do. A lot of people said, well, they have tolerance for this, patient for that, patient for that. But why not having patience and tolerance with God? Or better yet says, like they said in the Caribbean, why not wait upon God? Wait upon the Lord. So I would let Sister Najat give you a version of how she thinks patience should be, or illustrate to you what patience should be in the sight or in the eyes of God. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In the book of Romans 12, verse 12, and it says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayers. So what God is telling us to be patient.
Amen.
Patient, wait on the Lord. I know you might look at me and say, oh, what is she talking about? But I'm telling you, patient, wait upon the Lord. It is good to wait upon the Lord, that to put your trust in men. Brethren, trust in God. Put your patience in God. Wait upon him. He will give you things that you will be amazed at. So you can sit back and say, wow, look what God has done into my life.
Amen. I like that.
You know?
Amen.
So, I mean, patient. Be patient, family. Be patient.
I normally smile with this, and it's in me to say it, and I'm going to smile while I say it. They say this in the Caribbean, mostly in Jamaica. I'm Jamaican, so I normally go back into my little bit roots. You know what they said? Patient man ride a donkey. But before we get into that patient man ride a donkey, we're going to break for a commercial break, and we'll come back and explain a little bit more about patient, especially in the spirit realm with God himself.
Yeah, man, this is going to be good.
Yes,
this is
we'll
going
be
to
right
be good.
back. Thank you.
We reaching out to you with love and blessings for you. Jehovah remember you. What? We reaching out to you. Reach out now. And we reaching out.
Welcome back, and as we said, you're on the topic of patient, and you're with St. Paul and Sister Najat, and we're excited to be here to minister to you in whatever way or form, and I hope this might be a blessing to your life. And just before we break for the commercial, I was telling you about the Jamaican term where they said, patient man ride a donkey. But if you look in Philippians 4 and verse 6, it tells you to be anxious about nothing. Your anxiety without God is nothing. You can anxious for this, anxious for that. It's like you wanted Christmas to come before Christmas Day. You still have to wait till December 25th. So it doesn't matter if you're in July and you're wishing tomorrow is Christmas, it's not going to come before Christmas Day. So you need to do that with your faith in God. You need to trust God. Believe in God. Don't just take my word for it. Kind of exercise that. Ask God to examine you and examine yourself with God. Put your life in the hands of God. And sometimes to do that, you have to be patient. What do you think, Sister Najat?
That sounds very good, because most of the time we want everything right away, you know?
Yeah.
And we don't even sit and say, you know, why can we just ask ourselves why anything that we want, it does not come right away? Why? You know, because God, He's just sitting up there and look at us and say, look at these kids. They just want everything in their way. My thought is not their thoughts. My ways is not their ways. But if you're waiting upon God, His ways, it's better.
At
It
all
is
times,
better. It
always
is better
better.
to put your trust in God than to put your trust in things out there. Trust and believe in God. Be patient. Be patient. Patient.
Amen. You know, they said, God may not come when you need Him, but He surely
always-
be
He
on
always
time.
on time.
Because sometimes our timing gets too much with anxiety.
Yes.
We lean on our own understanding too much. So, have patience is also another part of faith. Faithful. Being faithful in what God tells you He's going to do. He will deliver. He always deliver everything that He promises
That's
us.
right. That is
So,
correct.
beloved, if you're out there and you might be looking for something, you're looking for a house, a car, and you're looking for a job, even a spouse, a relationship, you're going through a hard time, have patience.
patience.
Trust God.
Trust God.
Seek God. And He promised He will never leave you
us,
nor
neither
forsake you.
forsaken us.
If you believe in Him, wait on Him. If you're not going to wait on Him, then there's no sense
There's
to
no
believe in Him.
sense to believe
you know?
in. There's
so
no sense.
we look at life in a way that if it works for us, it will work for you. And
Yes.
we're not no stranger to being through rough
Oh,
times.
yes.
We have testimonies.
A
we
lot
have,
of testimony. I mean, my brother, you know, I mean, we are going through a lot, you know, but we're here. We encourage each other, you know. I mean, it may not be the same situation that you are facing.
Amen.
You know, sometimes we going through a rough time so we can be a testimony, to somebody.
to someone.
You know, which I always say, trust, believe in God. When was your last time you sit down and say, you know what, it is what it is. Let me just sit down and seek God. When was the last time you opened the Bible and say, God, here I am. I decrease myself so you can increase in my life. But you just want a bigger house. You want a nice fancy car and this. But you don't even take your time to praise and worship God. You don't even take your time to acknowledge that there is God who creates you. You
Amen.
know?
Amen.
Because if we call upon Him, He shall supply all our needs according to His riches and glory.
Whoa.
Right?
And I would love for you to really look back in the camera and repeat this for some non-believers and some people who think that they could do all by themselves.
You cannot do anything without God.
Without God.
Without God.
Without God.
He's the one who gives us breath. He's the one who breathes in us. You know, He's the God who give and take it away. He will bless you right now, and He can take it away within a second.
In seconds.
Within a second.
So it doesn't make sense you act like you're on the freeway and God holding up the fast lane and you're going to overtake and go around Him. He knew about you. He knew all about your DNA. He knew about you before you were
That's
even
right.
conceived.
He knew the numbers of our hair.
Amen. So we want to wrap up this segment and hope that it had blessed you in some way or format. And don't just leave it like that. Share it, spread it, subscribe, that you can always
touch somebody's
bless someone
life.
else, because we cannot reach all the people that you might be reaching out
That's
there.
right.
But if you share it and subscribe it, you might be touching a life. And with all things, remember, be patient, because life without patience in God is no life at all. That's a hurry come up life. It's running too much on the fast life. So again, we want to thank you for reaching out to us, listening to us, and we'll let Sister Najat close out with her final words as well.
Well, family, I just want to encourage each one out there to be patient and just wait. Just wait upon the Lord and know that God is able. He can do all things exceeding and abundantly. He can provide it. He's the God that He's able. He's able. I'm here to lift up your soul. I'm here to encourage you. And I'm here to tell you that there is God. There's a God who is able to do all things.
Amen. And as they said, patient man rideth donkey. This is your Jamaican term, so it is what it is. But trust God and have patience. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Amen.